Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm Joanna O'Halloran, and I am a business mentor for coaches who want to sign 3 to 5 clients consistently with their own signature framework. So we are on day 3 of this live series. I've already shown you how to get clear on what your business intentions are for the rest of the year. And yesterday I showed you like the top strategies for being able to generate leads and how you get your mind into the right place to do it. So for the 7 days, I'm walking you through both strategies and tactics as well as mindset, because how you lead yourself through it really matters. So today you're going to want, as always, to get a pen and a piece of paper, because I'm going to show you and talk you through the steps to fill your masterclasses. Like, share with me here, how freaking annoying is it when you like put on a live event and you get 7 or 8 people register? Like, it's painful, right? It's painful. Even if you get 10 or 15, it's painful because you know that only 33% statistically will actually attend live, which means you've got minute numbers that are there. Now, can you sell to those 1 or 2 people that show up? 100%. And I would encourage you to do that anyway. And we will get to that on the sales part. However, there are ways that you can optimize the number of people that show up, the number of people that attend, whether they're on camera or not. Doesn't matter whether you do it in a Facebook group, on Zoom, on a LinkedIn group, on YouTube, doesn't matter. But there are ways that you can optimize the number of people that show up for, well, actually, let's go back further, the number of people that register for your masterclass and the number of people that attend live. So I'm going to walk you through all of this. So if you haven't yet, grab a pen and piece of paper, because you're going to want to pay attention to this and implement this. Now, the one caveat I will say is you want to make sure that you implement all of this, not just the bits of it that feel comfortable. And even if there's parts of this that as I'm going through, you're like, I'm doing that, I've got that down, it's working really well, great. And go back over it again, recap on it. The one thing about business is it's never one and done. We're never done with any one particular activity. We may elevate it, but we're never done. So, like, for example, market research is something that you will never be done with. It's not like you do it at the start of your business and then you're not done. And I would always apply that in particular when I'm saying this about your niche and your ideal client. If you think you know them, you're way off. You're way off, because seasons change literally, but business seasons change. You grow. How you speak to people grows. It elevates. Like, what you talk to them about is changing and elevating. If we think about what's going on in the world, that's always changing and elevating. So you are never going to be done when it comes to market research, particularly around your ideal client. So keep going with that. Never assume that just because you have something that's working really well right now, look and go, okay, where's my opportunity to be able to up level this, take it to the next level and capitalize on it even more. Because to be honest, if something is working, we want to double down on it and focus on it, be consistent with it, and capitalize on it when it's working. So each element of this, implement it, review it, implement it, review it, implement it. Okay, so let's get cracking, because there's quite a number of points I want to go through today. And for anybody out there that's like, it's amazing how, coaches just come on and they just talk and they've got everything together and it works perfectly for them and they just know what they're talking about and it flows. Dudes, I literally write like bullet points down every time. You're lucky it's on this. Normally it's on the back of an envelope, okay? So let go of perfection. Let go of perfection. Perfection will kill your momentum. Like, will literally stab it in the heart, kill your momentum. It is not going to work. You've got to let go of that and move forward and know and trust that what you're saying is exactly what your audience need to hear. Because if you don't, and you're in that like analysis paralysis, you're comparing yourself to other people, you're looking at what other people are doing, you're trying to implement it, you're not being you, which means people are not going to hear the message that needs to be heard. And also, people are also going to hear exactly what they need to hear too. So when it comes to filling your masterclass, this starts way before you've even announced your masterclass. And I mean way before, like months before you've even started building your masterclass, because you've got to be warming up your audience always. Like, if your audience isn't warm, when you put out the invitation to sign up for your masterclass, you're going to hear crickets. So you want to be warming them up. You want to get to know them. You want to be in a relationship with them. You want to be connecting with them. And there's multiple ways that you can do this. Like if it's on social media, you can literally be having DM conversations. You can be replying to comments. You can be in polls and stories and questions and like, like the little fuzzy hearts. You can do it on lives and interact that way. Like on your email list, you can like ask people to reply or put in again polls or surveys. So there's multiple ways in which you can warm them up, but you want to be doing that from the very beginning because it's nearly impossible to sell to a cold audience. It's like if you even look at Facebook ads, for example, right? When you're funneling people in from Facebook ads, you've got to take time to actually be able to warm them up, because just because somebody opts in for a Facebook ad, whether it's something for free or a low ticket offer, that doesn't mean that they're warm. It just has caught their attention at that time. So you've got to put in the time and energy and effort to actually build up your relationship with them. So know that being able to fill your masterclass starts way before. So if up until now you've gone, "Ooh, I'm going to do a masterclass," you put it out and then nobody comes, rewind, like completely rewind, go go all the way back and go, "Okay, I need to start with warming up my audience. Is my audience warm?" And if your answer is no, start there. Now, it doesn't need to take months to warm up your audience, but it does take time and energy and strategic connection. All right. So, what I mean by that is when you're looking at planning out your year or even like your quarter, and you know when you're going to put your master classes in. If you're not doing that, definitely do that, right? Put in when your master classes are. You want to know what it is that you're going to be focusing on. So, how do you know what your masterclass topic is going to be? Because that actually does matter. The best way to get a captivating masterclass topic tagline is to literally ask your audience what is like that one challenge that they have right now, and what is that one solution that is like a no-brainer for them that would solve it for them right now. And then from there, you create your topic, your title, and your tagline. It's that simple. Like you do not have to figure these things out yourself. Ask people. I promise you, they will give you the answer. That is the simplest way to do it. Like I'm a massive fan of simplicity. Complication and my brain do not go hand in hand. If something is complicated, like the words I use are, "That hurts my face, I'm not going to do it." Like I instantly know. It's like spreadsheets are, I'm allergic to them. Right? It's even like with my VA. She knows that if there's something that she needs a response from, she'll send me a voice message on Voxer, because if she sends me an email, I won't see it. Like that, I just know how my brain works, right? So when you're thinking of your masterclass topic, title, tagline, ask your audience what they need, because they will tell you. Like honestly, keep it so simple. Simple, 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 simple. If you know me at all, the biggest thing that I talk about is like sales made simple. This is one of them. Keep it simple. Ask people and they will tell you. Have market research as part of your phase, so that you're asking people what is their challenge, what is the solution that they're looking for, and you have an opportunity to dive deeper with that, both in your content and in, like I'd say, like a bit of engagement activity. So you can have a bit of fun with this in like stories or conversations, even with your own clients. Have a bit of fun with them to, to find out exactly what is that particular challenge that they have and that particular solution that they're looking for. So like when you think about a masterclass that flops, for example, it's not speaking to people where they're at. It's speaking to people based on what you think they need, which is why it doesn't work. So always focus out when it comes to business. It's never about what's going on in here, what's going on in here. It's always about out there and what your clients need and want. And I am a massive fan of actually asking my own clients, because when I'm creating my content and my copy, it's to speak to my own clients, because they are my ideal clients, right? That's why I'm working with them. That's why they're working with me, is because they're my ideal clients. So if I speak to somebody that's not them, it's not going to land, right? Or I'm going to attract in people that are not action takers, that have zero desire to do anything, which is frustrating, right? Like it's super frustrating. So warm up your audience, warm them up. Always be warming them up. You're always nurturing them. But when it comes to planning out your masterclass, the first thing you want to do is go with market research and figure out what is that one challenge. Go right like deep, but keep digging. Just keep digging. And then what is that like no-brainer solution that they're looking for? And that then gets to be your topic, your title, whatever you want to call it, and then create your tagline from there. So how you're going to hook them in. So think of it like you're putting out your fishing line and you're just going to reel them in. That's how you do it. But when it comes to filling it up, you want to get connected to what your launch strategy is going to be. Okay. So the simplest launch strategy, like the simplest, is that you want to do it over a month period. Now, if anybody out there is going, oh my God, I'm not going to do that, you're in business. So you've got to set your mindset up to think long term, not just that short, instant, like gratification piece. You've got to focus on the long term. So you want to give yourself a good month, right? Minimum month to be able to do this. 2 weeks of that month, right? 2 weeks of the month is focused specifically on your content that is connected to your masterclass. So let me give you an example. Like my masterclass, they're always around sales and leads, right? But if I think about the last masterclass I did, which was Sales Made Simple, such a simple topic, right? Sales Made Simple, how to bring in more clients to your business with ease in the next 30 days. So simple. Who's not going to want that, right? There's your problem. Here's your solution. Great. So when I think of that topic, that tagline, the content of what I'm going to be doing within that, I focus my content and my copy on my email to that challenge that people are facing and to the solution. I don't talk about anything else. It gets focused solely on that so that I'm driving home. This is what you need. 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 You might feel like a broken record, but you should remember people are not seeing your content every single solitary time you put it out. Some people will, but the majority of people won't. Like if I think I have whatever, like say like I've nearly 4,000 people on LinkedIn, right? There is no way 4,000 people are seeing everything that I'm doing every single solitary day. It will be in front of them at different times, or if they go and search for me, right? So just keep that in mind. This is why you want to be pushing it out so consistently. But for 2 weeks, you really want it to be honed in on that particular topic and like drive it home. Like drive home, this is how you do it. This is how you don't do it. This is how it's showing up for you. Oh my goodness, here's the one way that you're doing it wrong. Like really drive that home. Or like, here's the biggest lesson that I've learned. Here's what client A, B, C, D, E, F, G learned. So really drive it home. So for 2 weeks, do that. Then you go into actually inviting people into your masterclass. So obviously you want to have an opt-in page. So that's a landing page where people are going to sign up, a registration page, sign up page, whatever you want to call it. You want to have one of them so that people can actually sign up to come to your masterclass. On that page, it matters what's on there, okay? So obviously your title and your tagline needs to be there. And then you want 3 key benefits, but you want to keep it simple. What drives me bananas, right, about most people's sales pages, right? So whether it's a like for something for free, like a masterclass or a paid masterclass or a sales page, is you have to scroll to opt in, right? You have to scroll. Don't do that. So literally look at your sales pages right now, so your landing pages, and see how easy is it for somebody to sign up. Not how pretty you think it looks, but how easy is it for somebody to sign up? Because like the most simple pages are the ones that convert. Like I mean simple block colors, not all this fancy shit, like simple. So like, is it really obvious? This is the masterclass. Here's when it is. Here's what you're going to get. Boom, sign up. So I'm saying here, just because it's the format that I use. But you could have it that way where your opt-in box is here. But you want to make sure it's on, like people don't have to scroll. If they have to scroll, you're going to lose them. So that's automatically going to drop down your opt-in rate. So know that when you're creating your sales page, it isn't about like, honestly, it's not about the fancy colors or the fancy words. It's like simplicity is best. So make sure that it's super clear. So once you have that done, for the final 2 weeks, promote it. Like I mean promote it, promote it, promote it. You get to have it as call to actions on your posts. You get to have it in your stories. You get to have it as call to actions in your stories. Anybody that you're in DM conversation with, you get to promote it. You get to send it out to your email list. And a great way, so I'm going to give you 2 brilliant top tips to be able to get more people into your masterclass is, do you have cheerleaders for you? Do you have people that like love you, love on you, think what you do is amazing and want to talk about you and what you do and share it with their friends? They're like, oh my goodness, you need to go to this person. Get them in your world. Like this is why lone wolfing kills businesses, because it's more than just hiring a mentor. It's the community, the support, the connections, the All of that creates the momentum, right? So you want to have cheerleaders around you that will promote what you're doing, that will share it, that will send it out to their community, their audience, their friends, their network, because they're like, oh my goodness, you need to have this. So that's one top tip. The second one is whenever somebody opts in, ask them to refer somebody. Ask them to refer to somebody. Like, have they invited their colleagues? Have they invited their friends? Have they invited their family? Like, whoever fits into that niche, ask them. Like, literally ask them. And don't ask them once, ask them repeatedly. Repeatedly. I've often given like really fun gifts. You know, if somebody brings like 3 people or 5 people with them to a masterclass that I'm doing. Like I remember I had one challenge where I think there was 223 people at it. And I'm pretty sure that 3 of my cheerleaders in there brought a good 70 something of them. Like, which is amazing, right? So why wouldn't I want to say thank you? There's easy ways that you can gift it. Like you can gift through a session, through like a credit, you know, to come work with you, through like a free session for whatever you do. And like, particularly if you are in like the holistic space and you do like bits of energy healing or, you know, anything like that, they're beautiful gifts to be able to give to people of them. Like I refer people to one of my, she's a client from a couple of years ago. She's an energy healer, but I refer people to her all the time. I love what she does and she's my energy healer. But like when obviously when I'm referring people to her, then she'll come back to me. She's like, "Do you want a free session?" I'm like, yes, I do, please. I love that shit. So just keep that in mind. There's so many fun, quirky ways that you can do it to bring more eyes onto your masterclass. But connect with that when you're in the planning phase, which is why I'm sharing it with you now. When you're in that planning phase, so 4 weeks out from the date that your masterclass goes live, what are the fun and unique ways that you can pull people in? So, like I said, cheerleaders, like bring a friend, like offer a gift for that. But also, do you know what I like to do as well? I love to ask kiddies because like when they think about how they're going to bring people to their party, what do they do? Think about that. Like there's such fun ways to be able to do it. But ultimately, you get to decide how many people you want in your masterclass. You get to decide. Here are some stats that you need to know. So you want to have a 50% opt-in rate. So what that means is when somebody lands, like clicks on the link to register for your masterclass, you want 50% of them minimum to be signing up. Anything lower than that, and it's telling you that the page that they've landed on isn't captivating them. It's not pulling them in. So that's feedback for you, right? And you can change that. But you want to have a good 50% people that will opt in. So every day as you're looking at this, you can see, are my stats on track or are they low? Because then it can help you to fill it. Because if your stats are kind of sitting around like the 15 to 20%, then that's going to tell you you're going to have a low number of people, number one, opting in, but then also turning out because everything is lower, right? So like the stats just bring it all down. So connect with your data, connect with your stats and review it. And I do often hear people saying, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. I can't do it. Suck it up. You're a business person. Like this is stuff you need to know. You can't avoid it because it exists, right? It's the data that's giving it to you so that you can make decisions, right? We tend to make decisions based on like emotionally what we feel or what we'll call like our intuition. And that's not a healthy way to do business. You've got to do it based on what the data is telling you. So if the data is sharing with you that people are landing on your page, so like you could have 100 people come to your page, but only 15 people decide to sign up, that's feedback for you that something on your page needs to change. That's your responsibility as a business owner to know that, have a look at it, see what's not connecting, and even ask feedback for the people that did sign up for it. What was it about the page? What would you change on the page? What would you like to have seen? So, like I said, market research never stops. Once people have signed up, you're still not done, right? You're still not done. So, you're promoting it every day for 14 days, multiple ways: stories, posts, call to actions, lives, DMs, bring a friend, tell a friend, get your megaphone out, right? You're sharing it consistently. But then once people actually register, you don't like leave them in a ghost town until the masterclass starts because you want people to actually attend. So, my favorite way to do this, okay, number one, you want emails going out for sure, right? Emails going out every day up until your masterclass. But my favorite way to connect with people to get them into the masterclass is actually to have voice note conversations with them. So I promote all of my events through LinkedIn because that's my main platform that I use. However, if you're on other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or whatever, On your opt-in page, specifically ask people for their handle. Ask them for whatever their social media handle is on the platform that you're most active on, and connect with them then. People love to connect. They love to be followed by somebody that they see, as in a position of expertise. People love that, right? I love it. Everybody loves it. So use that, capitalize on that, and get into voice note conversations with them, because it's supporting you in the lead up to it to get to know people. It also helps with if you want to create bonuses, right? But on the end, like when your masterclass is complete, you still can continue on the relationship with them. While you're in that sales period after your masterclass, continue on the relationship with them. Because even if they don't buy during the masterclass and they're still connected with you, that doesn't mean they're not going to buy again, and you still get to have that relationship with them. Remember, people buy people. It's not about the service. It's like the emotional connection that you have with them and how that's going to solve the emotional problem that they have. So like, even for me, like when I'm like, obviously what I sell is lead generation and sales. That's what I sell. That's literally what I sell. But when I'm pitching my offers, it's not what I sell, right? I sell that your problem is that you're awake at night, like you don't know where your next client is going to come from. It's causing you stress. It is worrying you because you know you've got looming bills to pay, and it's just keeping you awake at night. Like you're like, where is my next client going to come from? And then you start going into the self-doubt. You're like second guessing, what actions you're going to take, and you just end up in that cycle, and then you end up doing nothing, right? You end up sitting on the couch watching Netflix, convincing yourself with the blanket over you that it was never going to work anyway. So that's the emotion that I'm selling. You know what I mean? So like, as in, it's going to switch that from this is what you're currently feeling to like you're elated, you're super excited because there's like an influx of clients coming in for you. You have your clear strategy. So you have that relief feeling. Like imagine feeling that relief going, okay, I know that I have like a group of leads sitting here, and I know that when I put out my offer, it's what they need because it's what they've told me they need. Therefore, when I pitch it, they're going to buy. So like you're cleaning up that emotion for them. So if you're in voice message connection with them and you're getting to understand them and you're staying in relationship with them, your sales are going to be higher, right? So like statistically, you want 50% of people to opt in minimum, right? Minimum. You can obviously have more, but 33% of them will attend your masterclass. 33, which is really low, right? But that's statistic. From there, 25% of them, give or take, 25% of them will be curious about the offer that you make. I mean, they're going to buy, they're going to be curious about it. And from there, 12% will buy. So that's low, right? That'll just tell you like the pull down through. So you've got to fill it up first. So you can obviously increase these statistics. Yeah. So like, at one stage I had 100% conversion rate on my sales calls. Like if people booked a sales call with me, they came in to be a client. That's changed mainly because I'm not making offers to everybody now, because I only want to work with people that are actually action takers, that are committed to this, and have done a level of mindset work first. Because if you haven't, your business is going to be really, really challenging. You've got to do both together. Like it's a non-negotiable. And if you're not willing to do that, then I'm not the coach for you, because I will be getting you to take action steps that are going to feel uncomfortable, push you outside of your comfort zone, and you've got to be willing to do it. So your conversion rates will be whatever you make them to be. You will hone your skill set around sales. It's a fact. Like that's going to happen. So let go of that. You will increase that and you will hone that. But focus on filling it in on the front end first, because once they're in your world, once they're on your email list, you are building up continuous relationship with them and you can sell. Get your mindset focused on this. So I would always say to people, when you're going into like a masterclass season, when you're like thinking about the masterclass, filling it and building relationships with people, don't have anything else on, because you want to just have your energy in a certain space. So like I always say, your energy that you're doing when you're building an audience is very different to when you're nurturing your audience. So we're like warming them up, and then is different again when you're selling. Like if you ever watch me, you will see my energy shift, right? And what I mean by that is I've got to come across slightly differently. So my personality stays the same, But like, as in, I will be much more excitable when it comes to sales because I'm shifting the emotion of it, right? I've got to shift that emotion so that people are getting connected with it and can see where they get to go so that they can have the sales that they want, right? However, when I'm building up my audience, I've got to love on them and pull them in and let them know that I totally understand them. The same with when I'm nurturing them. It's like having a bit of fun with them, letting them see my personality. Like my veggie patch is the one that goes down like a treat. Like people had so many laughs over the size of the courgette that I pulled out after we'd been away for a week. This thing was like huge. It was like half the length of my body. And like, you have a bit of fun with that, but it builds up your connection with your audience. So I'm not going to talk about and show people my courgettes during sales period. Like that doesn't make any sense, right? So it's just knowing that you're going to shift, but your mindset is so important with this. You've got to lead yourself through this because shit's going to come up for you. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel scared. Self-doubt is going to come in. Like this still happens to me, right? I'll set a goal of what I want to achieve in sales. And, I'll get the couple of instants at the front end, right? Which is normal. Get a couple of instants and then there'll be crickets, right? Crickets. And I'll be like, shit, okay, I got to work on my mindset around this and to know and see it as already being done. Because I do know, and statistics have always told me, that the last couple of days are when people then buy because the offer is coming to a close, right? And they don't want to lose out. They don't want to have that FOMO of like, I didn't buy the last one, I'm not going to go in this one. So you do tend to have like spaces in between when you're in your sales period where people don't buy. But if you can build up that relationship at the front to pull people into your masterclass, to continue to build that relationship with them, stay in relationship with them at the back end, you will make your sales easier. But in order to fill it, you have to have that connection with people first. So if you're somebody that doesn't like sending DMs, get over yourself, right? I had to get over myself, but you've got to get over yourself because it's the best way to be in relationship with people. Now, I'm not talking about sending spammy DMs, right? I hate them. There's nothing worse than getting a DM from somebody going, I see you're a new coach. Can I show you how to sign your first 10 clients? I'm like, did you read my profile? Did you see what I do? Have you looked at like anything? No. Like that's not going to sell to me because I'm way past that, Or like somebody to come into you and going, can I show you how to make 10K months? And I'm like, know your audience, people. Like, know your audience. So like, I'm not saying like send messages like that, but connect with people. So like if somebody likes your post, there is nothing stopping you from reaching out to them and saying, thank you so much for liking my post. I'd love to know what you liked about it or what resonated with you. That's a totally fine thing to do. Or like if somebody replies to your stories, of course you're going to want to connect with them. Like think about it like how you would do a friend. Like how would you speak to a friend? So if a friend sent you like a laughing face or something over like last week, right? Last week, myself and Robert had a bit of a shit show when we were on holidays, and the camper van broke down, and we ended up going from like having these beautiful like tropical waters to being in a camper van, sleeping, where there was like broken down tractors, like pieces of tractors, and petrol station signs, so gas station signs, like broken behind us. Like talk about a fall from grace, right? But it was hilarious, and I shared that online because it was so funny, right? We had gone from like this beautiful scenery to this, like what a way to end the holiday, and it was the funniest thing. Like it was so funny, but like the fun and the crack that myself and Robert had around it was great. And I got to share it with my audience. The amount of people that like sent me like laughing faces or, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you. How are you coping? I had people calling me going, do you need emotional support? I'm like, lads, I'm having the best crack here. But stuff like that, you can build relationships with people. So how I responded to my friends that connect to me is the same way that I responded to people that I didn't even know that were sending me messages. So the moral of this story is plan out, give yourself about 4 weeks. Connect, and warm up your audience. Continue doing that as you're advertising your masterclass and do it consistently. And add in those extra little top tips that I gave you so that you can fill it with a punch and that you can read the data. So tomorrow we will move on to the next phase. And as always, if you have any questions, drop them below so that I can answer them. Stephanie, I just see that you're there now. So ask any questions that you want, and I will answer them. If you, even if you're watching the replay, let me know and I will answer them. See you tomorrow.